that not only serve the Indian market but contribute to the world. Friends, if India's next phase of growth and innovation, in fact, that is the theme today, needs a motto, I think that would be the perfect motto for all of us to adopt. We all know the world in which J.R.D. Tata built his legacy. He became the chairman of Tata Group and Tata Sons at a very young age. Titan, the Make in India story, which is on one of the OTT platforms. And one of the reasons why Titan was initially failing was because the tax structure was different in every state. And smuggling of watches was holding back the growth imperatives of the Titan company when it started making made in India watches. And people used to smuggle watches from one city, particularly from down south, and bring it to North India. This opportunity at a massive scale, given his focus on quality, his focus on perfection. If you look at the economy in India itself, we're growing at 7.7% last year. The world's fastest growing large economy. In fact, the last quarter was 7.8%. And friends, all of this is in the middle of two wars. All of this is with so much uncertainty and geopolitical crisis around the world. We even had 50% tariffs on most of our exports to the US for a large part of the last year, despite which our exports also grew, both in goods and services, in the year ended March. Past, it's on the future. Robert Solow, the Nobel Prize winner of 1987, studied the American growth story from 1909 to 1949. And that was the period in which America went through the Great Depression. They came out of it winner. They focused a lot on their infrastructure development. They evolved their ecosystem to prepare itself to become an advanced, developed nation. And he found, through a study of this whole 40-year period, that only 1/8, that's barely 14%, of the rise in labor productivity came from more capital. The rest came from better ideas, better technology, and better ways of doing the same thing. And only yesterday, I met one such success story amongst many. Skyroot Aerospace. Vikram 1, we saw reaching orbit on 18th of July. Incidentally, we are only the third nation in the world which has a private sector company sending a rocket into space. And we are the first country in the world where the private sector company, a startup, young engineers, have successfully sent the rocket into space in their first attempt. That is encouragement. Whoever was there, whichever person got an opportunity to be present there, came back with his chest swelling with pride. Each one of them was a marvel. In fact, just before I came here, got a little late. We were trying to shortlist some of these startups for recommending them for Padma Awards. And I think tomorrow or day after is the last day. And we were struggling with things. That is the startup India story of India. अब मैं वापस बोल के आया हूँ कि अभी और छोटा करो, आफ्टर ऑल एक दो तो देना है. I don't want to pass the burden to the jury or to the group that is to finalize. But just to show you how we are evolving, how rapidly the landscape is changing.